If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell icon to get the latest.
Hi everyone, good morning. So we would start our session today that now today is practical. Then I would tell only the topics which were done in the previous classes, in the previous two classes. One is ServiceNow, how it came. Second is what is the how the ServiceNow ticketing tool, how it evolved to the architectural tool. What are the different modules which are present in ServiceNow, like HRSD, IT operations management, customer service management, governance, risk and compliance, security operations, etc. There are other modules are there. Whether ServiceNow is a PaaS or a SaaS platform or not, we have seen the features of the SaaS in the past. Then we have also seen the hierarchy that what comes first, that SaaS, then PaaS, then for the hardware and for whatever the cloud architecture which is needed, it comes in that hierarchy. And ServiceNow is SaaS as well as PaaS platform. It provides both the functionalities of a custom application as well as with the cloud, all as it is in cloud. So it is also considered as in SaaS. Both SaaS and PaaS is there. Now we would move further and I would show you some practicals today. The practicals are really helpful in this. I'm sharing my complete screen. So if you all can see, just tell me. Now what we would be seeing, there are different topics which are there. Creating users, giving user roles, adding users to the groups, allow a user to view a profile, enable auto processing of a request, show and hide impersonate button, impersonation. So first of all, I would tell you what is the user table. Because first of all, if you open this, creating a user, okay, fine. Giving user roles, this is also fine. Adding users to the groups. So first of all, what they are doing, users is there, user roles are there, then groups are there. Fine. Users, user roles and groups. Then how to open the users. Either there are two ways to open the users. The technical name or the backend name for the users is sys underscore user. Okay, I want to open the list view. List view of sys user table where all the users are getting stored in ServiceNow. Any user which would be there in ServiceNow, whether it is coming through integrations from some third party tool, or we are creating it manually, or someone else is creating any user, every user would be getting stored in this particular table. So it is sys underscore user dot list. So this is done. So what I have opened, sys underscore user underscore list dot do. Okay. This is the user table where all the users are present. And these are all dummy users. Julius, Hans, Harding. This I have created few of them. Bruno, Brian, all these users are there. Now you tell that, okay, I would not be able to remember this thing. The technical name of the user table is sys underscore user. Now, if you want to open a list, then it would be sys underscore user dot list. Okay. And if you want to open a form, directly a form, then it would be sys underscore user dot form. Now what is form, I would tell you. Now click on this button which is shown here. Click on new. Done. This is the form which is there for the users. You can create one. Suppose I am creating test.demo. Fine. First name is test. Last name is demo. Title you can give consultant. This is called as a reference field. Suppose I give one of the example as, suppose he is from the development team. Development. He should be active. Password I want to give as 12345 as of now. Whatever the password you want to give. Mobile number I would give. Fine. Outlook, time zone, whatever the time zone you want to select, you can select. GMT I am selecting as of now. Business phone, whatever the business phone I want to add, I can add. Test demo at whatever the company domain it would be. Suppose I am taking as KPMG as of now. KPMG.com. Fine. Save. Now what it is telling, password must contain this one. So there is also a validation at the backend. Test.demo. Test demo consultant. Department I am taking as develop customer support, not a problem. Password, fine. I have given some complex password which is a personally of mine. Fine. Here you can also add the photo of a person or a pic which is already present. Test demo at fine. Save. Saved. It would be deleted. It would not be deleted. It would be went off. It would disappear as it has been set with this password. Okay, not at all a problem. Now what I have done, again I would repeat this process. sys_user.list. What it would open? It would open a list view. Okay, it would open a list view in which all the users are there. And if I want to open directly a form like this from this navigation bar, then what I would do, sys user dot form. See, it directly opens a form. And what it does with the list, it directly opens with this. Now there is also a catch in this. Let me show you that catch. Now suppose I want to open the list also. List sys_user dot list form sys_user dot form. If you see this minutely, what's the difference between this list and this list? Any difference? This is the sys user table. This is the sys user table. But there is only one difference in between them. List is a capital list. Here it is a small list. Now you would tell that, okay, list is list. At the end of the day, it is the same. But what's the difference in between them? This list and this list. Name is same. Well, name is same. Sys user table, sys user table, list and list. Let
Opening
me
in a new window.
correct. It would open in a new window, and this would open, if you would write in small list, it would open in the same window. See, if I am writing in small, it would be opening in the same window, and this opening in a new window. Now it completely depends on you how you want to open this particular form or a particular list. Similarly, let me close this. I would open sys underscore user dot form in a new page, or you can tell in a new tab. Sys underscore user form, the same tab. So now it completely depends on you how you want to open. Now this is one of the ways I told you that you have to write sys underscore user dot list. Fine. To get an idea, okay, from next time sys underscore user is what? It is the user table. But at initially you can't learn it, or many times you tend to forget these things. So what you do? Close this one. What I have typed, users, it comes under the system security. Under the system security, users and groups are there. Under this, users are there. So you can open from this navigation bar also. So if you don't know the table name, if you forget the table name, then what you have to do? You have to just type in the navigation bar. This is called as a navigation bar. Again, I am telling you, this is called as a navigation bar. This one. And in this only, if you type the correct keyword, everything would be shown. Every single thing would be shown. But why we use these things? Why we use sys underscore user? Because as I am talking in a perspective of a developer, because he needs to do lot of work at one single day. So most of the tables, or even though if he is new, he needs to be prepared that I have to work a lot. On that basis, I need to remember some basic tables which is used in our day-to-day life. That, okay, this is a user table. I would not go through the navigation bar. Why? Because now there is a issue would be there. Right now I have typed users. This user simply came here under system security here. But now suppose in the company instance, there could be 10, 20, 30 modules would be also installed. So you can understand with the users, so many things would come and he needs to scroll down and then check where it is actually coming. So it would take time. To save that some amount of time, he or she should be knowing some basic tables, or you can tell backend name of the tables. This is for the user. Okay, we are done. We have also seen that how to create users. Now roles. Roles is what? Here. I would close this. This is the roles. Now one more thing we have to do. access user role dot list. If you would open, it is exactly the same. Sys user role, sys user role. This is fine. This would show all the roles which are there in a particular table. Fine. I would click on new. If I want to give a new role, I would give a new role. Elevate privilege. This I would tell you what does it mean, elevate privilege. But before creating a role, let me check one of the roles which is already present as out of the box. Suppose admin. I'm checking this thing. Remember one thing, if you have an admin access, this means that anything you can do in ServiceNow. You have a development access, you have a developer access. If you have an admin access. See, application with role. So many applications you can access. Modules with the role. So many modules comes under. This means that if you have an admin access, you have all the accesses. That's not at all an issue. One more point to be noted is that I can create a new role. I can create a new role. Suppose test role, unspecified, elevate privilege, save. Okay. Contains role. What type of role it would be? Already these are the predefined out of the box rules. Now suppose I would give security admin, security related, or ITIL is there. I would give ITIL role. Save. Now this person is having an ITIL role. Okay, what I have done, I have clicked on edit. After clicking on edit, remember one thing, this is also called as in, what is the technical name of this? These two boxes you are seeing, correct? This is the one box on the left hand side. This is the another box on the right hand side. Whatever you want, whatever the rules you want to be added or to get an access and add it to the new role, you just double click on this. Double click on this or click on this with this arrow, put it here, click on save. Done. But the question is, should I able to create a rule? First of all, no. First of all, the answer would be no. In majority, 99.9% of the times, developers or any of the, either it would be product owners, either it would be process owners, or either it would be any business analyst, they would not be able to create the rules. Why? Because when you deal with ServiceNow, or when you take ServiceNow instance, there are specific rules which are given, or there are specific licenses which are taken from ServiceNow. This means that already you have predefined that in my team 10 developers would be there, and we would expand in a year to 20 developers in my team. So in a bulk with ServiceNow, you would be taking 20 admin access, or either it could be an ITIL access. That completely depends on the business perspective. That doesn't that is not a matter of developer. He would not take or have any interference on that what rules needs to be there. Why? Because at the end of the day, when everything is set up, because when the project gets starts, or the first phase is getting delivered, at that point of time, either the product owners, process owners, or the business scrum masters needs to decide that how many people would get how many roles. It is not like that everybody in an organization would be getting roles, because service now charge heavily on that particular roles, because you have to pay for them for a particular role. For you have to pay service now for that. So it is not like that you can on the means in mid of the year you need some different specific role and you are creating your own roles. It is not possible. Either you need to pay later on. Suppose I have created this role, I have to pay later on. As it is a demo instance, I don't have to pay right now, but if it is a company instance, I have to pay for this. So most of the times what people do, people use these rules, whatever the rules which are present, and by default, if we remove one role, created test role, when it is created 4 minutes ago, what it is true. This means that if I deduct one role from this, so it would be 594 rules which would be present as out of the box. These all rules are for different uses, and these are distributed among different developers, different position people who are using this ServiceNow instance. Now, this is sys user role. Okay, this is one of the tables, sys user role. Now I want to check how many people or what if this particular person is having which role. So that table name would be sys user has role dot list. See, Michael is having this role, but Richmond is having this ITIL role. Greenlawn is having WM agent role. Beth Angeline is having catalog admin role. Now suppose I would do by group by role. See, if I do admin here, now you would be able to see in ServiceNow instance how many people is having admin role. Rob, Beth Angeline, Fred Ludi, change manager, Scott, Eric, this all people are having roles. So now you have to understand a small difference in between them. For user role, sys role, correct, sys user role. Sys user role one, and another one would be sys user has role. This is two tables which are present. You can tell this is for what? This is for what purpose? This table would show how many roles are present in ServiceNow instance. Done. And sys user has role means this table would show which specific user is having which roles. Fine. Sys user table. This table would show how many users are present in ServiceNow instance. Fine. This is done. Again, I am repeating so that it would be a practice. Sys user dot list. Done here. Click on new. Fill the details, user ID, first name, last name, title, department, password. If you want to later reset the password, you can reset the password. Active, fill email, business phone, mobile phone, or you can upload your own photo here. Location, fine, not at all a problem. Date format also you can put here, which date format you want to follow, and then right click here and click on save. A record would be built here. Fine, close this. Sys user role dot list. Fine, click on new, add, give the name. If you want to give the description, give the description. Save. At the bottom, add other rules under this umbrella of this role. This is done. Role is created. Fine. Another table is how many users is having how many roles inside this. Okay. So sys user has role dot list. And if you want to see specifically how many roles, which users are there, no need to worry. Take your cursor, right click on role, group by role. It came. Suppose catalog, how many users are having catalog role? 32 people is having catalog role. How many people are having certification role? 54 people are having certification role. Like this, you would be getting data that these rules are being used by how many people. How many people are using this particular role. This is done. Now the groups. Scroll down. System security. Groups. Open in a new tab. See, group. All the groups came. Not at all a problem. That is absolutely fine. I want to create a new group. The new group is database maintenance. Fine. Click on this reference field. Suppose who is the manager? Brenda. Okay, fine. Let it be type is not there, then also it's fine. This group is responsible for maintaining database. Save. Not at all a problem. Fine. Now, one interesting thing comes here. You have created a group. Not at all a problem. See, roles is also there. Group members are also there. This group is completely empty right now. An empty group. Uh, no use of this group. What I would do, I would click on edit group members. After editing it, let me add 3 members in this group. Mustaq, Aaron, Umbi. Done. Click on save. Now they are the part of this particular group. Akib, Birth, Aaron. These people are the people in this particular group which are present. Okay, fine. Not at all an issue. Now I want to give the roles also. Roles. Now this group should be having ITIL as well as admin role. Or suppose right now I am giving only ITIL role. Click on the roles. Click on edit here. ITIL. Save. See, related to ITIL, whatever the rules are required, everything got added here. Now these are the groups. Akib would be having ITIL role because I have given ITIL role to this particular group. Let me close this. Now what is my point here is what I have done. I have added a role which is called as an ITIL. I have added where I have added to this particular group. And this group is containing how many members? 3 members. Akib, Birth, Aaron. This means what? ITIL rule which I have given to this particular group, this would be also assigned to this particular users Akib. Now Akib would be also having ITIL role, Birth would be also having ITIL role, Aaron would be also having ITIL role. And the user group is sys user group. Copy here, groups. This table would contain data for groups present in ServiceNow instance. Fine. For user, sys user table. For user roles, sys user role. For groups, sys user group. Okay. Now these are the different groups are there. Okay, these are the different groups and these are the different members are which are present here. Now I would give you one list. Actually it came in my mind that would make your day-to-day activity much easier. Just see here what I am doing. Change. Sorry. Problem. Object. Task. Add item. Item.
So Kumar, one question on the groups. So if I normally have like 10 roles that I need to assign to, let's say 15 users, okay? So I don't have to go and create all the 10 different roles manually assigned to the 15 users. So instead I'll just create one group with the 15 roles and then assign to the 10 people, then it's just one step for me, right?
Correct. One step for you. That also I would tell you why it is called as a good practice. That is a good question because that point also I would clear after this.
Okay, thank you.
Sys approval approver, SysDB object, incident, change request, problem, SysDB object, SC task, SC cat item, SC requested item, Sys approval approval, Sys approval approver, Sys underscore properties, Sys user has role 12, Sys user I have already taken. Sys user role, sys user group, SC request, SC request 15 for users, for user records, for incident records, for change requests, for problem records, for storing all the tables, for catalog tasks, for catalog items, for requested items, for tools, for storing system properties, for users having specific roles, for displaying all the roles, for user groups, for catalog requests. These are the very basic things which everybody should know in their day-to-day life to make their life easier. So I would also ping in chat. Fine. Now, the point which was raised right now, that was a good point, and what I can do is that sys underscore user dot list. Okay. Sys user, then what I can do is that what I can do, suppose open test demo here. Fine, test demo. Now this is the roles. Okay, this is the roles. In this roles, Click on edit. Edit. After edit, admin. Done. Save. Fine. All the roles he has now. Suppose one more demo at toss. Suppose click on edit.
So when you
Now,
add admin, then he has all the other roles, right? Then
correct.
why do we have to add the other roles separately then?
No, not separately, just I am showing as for the purpose. You can add this, save. Okay. This is done. There are different roles which would be coming like this. You have to add it, but that is not at all a good practice. You can add this, not an issue. This is also nothing called a violation which is happening. Okay, this is also not that it is a bad practice or a good practice that you are either editing it and you are adding a role here. That's not at all an issue, but ServiceNow doesn't recommends that as per the process. ServiceNow doesn't recommends that. Why it doesn't recommends that? Because ServiceNow is telling you are already a member of a particular group, because whenever you join an organization you would be a member of a particular group, correct? When you would be a member of a particular group, whatever the rules a particular group is having, that many rules you would also get, and that is also easy to manage. So, as per the best practices, what we have to do, we have to add rules in a particular group, nor or we don't have to put individual rules. That I would put some individual rule or this or that rule. No, it's not a good practice. What ServiceNow does, go to the groups. In this groups, let me check created one. Database maintenance created 14 minutes ago. Open this in a new tab. After opening that, add the rules. Suppose I am adding one more different role. Security dashboard role. Save. Now see, here in the info message, remember one thing, these things are coming. Okay, these things which are coming, this is also having a technical name. This is called as an info message, which is coming in blue color. This is an info message. So adding role peer to this, now it has been added. Now let's see whether they got this role or not, because we have to also check that okay, it's been added, role has been added to a particular group which is a database maintenance. Is users are also getting or not that particular role? How you would check? Either you can go in one way, that close this one, this tab. Okay, after coming here, what's the name? Start. Stuck. Open this. After opening this, ITL rule is added. And what one more rule was there? Security dashboard. Security dashboard user. This is there. So this rules have been added. This is one way of navigation, that you go to the user table, you scroll down, you come here. After coming here, either if you scroll and get it, it's well and fine. If it is not, what you have to do, click on this star, security. Okay, this role is already there in his profile, so he is having this particular role. Fine. This is one way of navigation. Another way of navigation is database maintenance. This is the rules which are provided to this particular users. Let me open this particular user. This one, open record. Akib Mustaq, he is the part of this particular group. He would be having a role. And even though there are multiple things you can add here, configure form layout. Group is already there. Save this. Created by admin, updated by admin, created on this date, on this particular time, and this is the user. This is one way. And even though you can add in the list view means this is the list view is there. How you do it, click on this personalize list, this gear button. Majorly people tell it as gear button, but this is the personalization list, in which all the details, whatever is there. Suppose I have opened this particular form. This particular form, I don't have to go inside and see all these details. What I can do, I can click on this personalized list. All these details would come in the list view only. This is also very much important. Why? Because suppose you have created a user. Okay. What I have done before, I was not getting the username which I have created before. So what I have done, I have used sorted in descending order. If I would do sorted in ascending order. Similarly, for updated, the record which you have updated recently, it would be this, updated, sorted in descending order. And if it would be like this, in the upper side, it would be in ascending order. And if you want to see other details also in this user's list view, remember one thing, this is called as a list view. This whole thing is called as a list view, and these are called as in cells. You can change it directly from here also. Suppose I don't want to change this. Suppose I want to change it from here. Done. Came here. Fine. Not at all a problem. So this is a list view. If you want to personalize something means, now suppose this is the person, I want to see what is his department. Either I can open in a new tab this particular thing. Department is customer support. But who would go inside and check every time for multiple users? Best thing is click on this personalized list, company, class, cost center, domain, department, make active little bit down, click on OK. See, every detail of the form came on the list view. I am able to see everything on the list view. And active is true means this record is active or not. Now suppose how many records are there? 767, correct? These are the records, total records which are there. Now what I have to do? I want to find out that only active users I need to see. Only what I need to see? I need to see only active users. Okay. So what I can do? Right click. Again I am telling the problem statement. What's the problem statement? Want to see only active users. This is my problem statement. How I would do this? True, show matching. 767 was there, now 766. Okay. Now let me make some of them inactive. Fine. Click all. How many total records are there? 767. I want to show only active users. I don't want to show inactive users. How many active users are present in this user table? What I would do? Right click, show matching. How many came? 759. Others got filtered out. Okay. Now I want to show only inactive users. I want to only show what? Inactive users. What I can do? Either one thing I can do, I can first check false. It is false is there. What I can do? Show matching here. Show matching, how many inactive users are there? 8 inactive users. But the problem is we cannot remember this thing. This is very basic, but even though initially we would face a lot of issues, that how I would find inactive users, how I would find active users, whether it is whether a company is this or that. What you have to do, simple, click on all. This is called as a funnel. We basically call it as a funnel, or in technical terms we tell this one as filter. Whatever filter you want to do to show the records, every filter it can be shown here. Click on this. Done. Active is false. Run. How many record came? 8 records. Now suppose active is true. Run. How many records? 759. Now suppose I want to show the users whose company is empty. This is the company, correct? And this is the empty one, correct? One thing what I can do, I can right click on this with my mouse. What I would do, show matching. How many empty company are there? Empty records? 159. Suppose I don't want to show in this way. I want to create a filter here. What I would do, company is empty. Run. Record came. Now I want to show non-empty. Is non-empty. Run. record came 608 are the non-empty records. So all that, whatever the filter you want to make, whatever, any type of filter you want to make, suppose company is not empty and active is true, run. How many records? 601. This is a query. What is query? In database, if anybody has learned database in college days or in any time, database completely depends on query. And once in the initial session, when ServiceNow started, I asked that what is ServiceNow? ServiceNow is a combination of a form and a database in which records are getting stored in a form of rows and columns. This was the definition. Now, how I can tell you are telling about the database? First of all, it is very much clear. This is the list view which is coming. It is coming from database only. And what is the database name? Sys user table database name. But here also in databases, we write lot of queries. If you don't have a knowledge on the queries, not at all an issue. But I can show here that it completely run on queries. The backend, this interface is very good. We are not seeing any query, nothing we are seeing here. But the queries are running at the backend. How this is running, that I can prove here. Copy query, fine. Paste. See, this is the database backend query. What I have done, I have not done anything. Whatever the query I am creating here, query means company is not empty, active is true, running the value. When it is coming here, right click on this, copy query, paste it here. This is the backend query, how it looks like. Company is empty, is not empty, and this is the and symbol, and active equals to true. This would give you the result. So this means what? It is exactly similar. It is very much similar to the database queries, which we call as SQL, Oracle, MySQL. These are databases are there. In that also we write approximately same queries. So this is the query which runs at the backend. Fine. Again, I would tell few things. What we have seen first, we have seen first user table. We have seen that if we write capital list, it would open in a new tab, this table. If you want to write a small list, it would open in the same tab. If it is sysuser.form, it would open a new form in a new tab. If you want to use small form, it would open in a same tab. What are the different roles are there? Rules is sysuser role is there. In what is the use of sysuser role in this table? How many roles are present in your ServiceNow instance? It would be shown. And sysuser has role. This keyword only tells everything. User has a role. That user is having some role. This means that what are the specific users are having which roles. Groups, sys user group is there. It would contain or it would show all the data of the groups present in ServiceNow instance. Then I have given you the list of tables which needs to be used further on. Now you would be telling that what is this things you have given to us? This we don't have a knowledge on this. Yes, no need to worry on that. I have also written the description. If you want some demo, I would show some demo like incident list. See, list of all the incidents came here. This also we would see later on. So from now I have given you some content to remember or to get an idea that what is coming in future. Suppose I want to see the problem ticket. list. Fine. This is the problem records. Problem records. Problem records. Fine. So let me close this details as of now. So I have given you the list of all the tables which needs to be there. Then I have showed you what is the best practice, that every time try to give roles to a particular group after adding users in that particular group. Then they would be getting the roles. Not it's not a means you can't tell that you can't anytime you can't give roles to the users independently. You can give, but the best practice what service now recommends is that you give roles to the groups, not to the individual users. Then we have seen that little bit of configuration. Configuration means configure form layout. If you are configuring the form layout, here you can configure the form and this two sections, one section and two section. This is called as in slush bucket. These things are called as in slush bucket. I would go back. List is there. If I want to do some configuration on the list view, I can click on this button. I can bring the fields which are all already there to the right hand side. So it would be displaying here. After that, if I want to create a filter, if it is a small filter, then it's very good. Not at all a problem. You just go right click, show matching. Your filter is done. This is a small filter. Now suppose if I want to create a big filter, what I would do, I would click on this. Active is false, or let me do active is true, and company is empty, and suppose mobile number is there, mobile phone is not empty. Run. How many records? Only 20 records are there, because it is matching this condition. And if you want to see the backend, how the query is running, right click on this, copy query, close this info message, take any notepad or anything, paste it here. You would be able to see the complete query. Active is true and company is empty and mobile phone is not empty. Done. This query is giving you the result. Right now you would be telling, why should I know this? This is not at all an issue, or at this point of time this doesn't make any sense. Though it doesn't make any sense, but there in future there is one topic coming which is called as an background script. Again I am telling, there is one topic coming which is called as an background script. At that point of time, these queries are very much important. These queries, these queries, these query names are called as an encoded queries. Encoded queries. Encoded queries. So later on, we would get to know why this topic was important, that I have told you in the, it comes under the configuration, but later on, when we would move further, you would be seeing that this is not at all related to configuration. This is related to scripting. How scripting actually works. Because at the end of the day, this is the query. And I have to put it into some scripting and then I have to work further on that. Okay. So this is done. See, creating users, giving user roles, adding users to the group, allow users to view a profile. The same thing it would be shown here, nothing different. New users would come, the same form which I have shown you here, user ID, email, last name, title, department, password needs reset, lockout, active, giving user roles. Open any one of the user here. See at the bottom, this is called as an edit. Click on that. Slush bucket would open. In the slush bucket, double click on this, or either you can use this also, but it's better to save time. Double click on this, it would come on the right hand side. Done. Adding users to the group. Similarly, it is taking as a default hardware, but you can create new group from the new button here. By using the edit, you can add the group members here. How to add the group members? After clicking on edit, it would open a slush bucket here. With the slush bucket, double click or use an arrow to put the users here and click on save. Done. Now allow a user to view a profile. How you would view a profile? There is already a rule which is called as an admin, which is required, and this is called as in sys properties table. Search for a glide UI welcome profile link property, set enable as true. Now the question is, this is fine. It is written that glide UI welcome. Now you would be confused that what is sys properties table? Because sys properties table, it is mentioning something. But if you don't know what is sys properties table, how you would be knowing the functionality inside that table? Now suppose, let me tell you what a sys properties table. Already I have mentioned also here in one of the points. Sys properties for storing system properties. Okay. Now suppose sys underscore here operatis properties dot list. Fine. Fine. Now click on new. After clicking on new, what would happen? Type. See here. Name, description, choices, type, value is there. Now what does this mean? Because this is something new form which doesn't have a relation with the role, which doesn't have a relation with the users, which doesn't have a relation with the groups. Then how this system property came into picture? Now let me give you one example. Let me give you one example is that suppose a password is there. Now you are from some integration team or you are from some specific team. Okay. Now what happens is that a password is there and you want to change the password. You want to change the password and a developer has developed a particular code. A developer has developed a particular code and he has hard coded that password. Suppose I am hard coding as password like variable x equals to 5. Fine. If x equals to until do some operation else do some operation. Okay, so what happens here? Do some operation here, do some operation here. And what it is written in the script? It is written in the script like Kumar at 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, that's fine. Kumar 1 2 3 4 5 for developer, he can understand. But suppose if this task is given to some admin person or some layman person, how he can do it? Because he is not able to read a particular script. And even though somebody would tell him that the script has been written, go and search there the password. He cannot do it because there could be lot of scripts, 100, 200, 300 line of scripts would be there. Then he would be totally confused at that point of time, that that person told me you have an access, you go and change the password. That's not at all possible. I cannot read a script, then how I can change the password inside a script? That's not good. So what happens? A property would be there. Property. In this, what it would be? ps dot get property. What would be the property name? Password dot functionality, or any name you can give. That's not at all an issue. Now in this password dot functionality, what I would do, I would create this password dot functionality string, and here what I would do, here I would give the name as Kumar, my password, Kumar S. Okay, done. Type is string, save. Done. Now what happens? Now if I tell that person that instead of going to that particular script, go to this password dot functionality system property, I would just give the location that go to this property, or I would tell that person this is the URL I am giving it to you. You open this, when you would click on this, it would redirect you to that particular property. Then you would tell, okay, that's fine. Then he would see, okay, this is the password which is already there. Instead of going to the script, debugging the script, changing the script, what I am doing, I am changing the password to this one. And what I am doing, I am just clicking on update. So it is automatically taking or updating the value from here. There is no need of going into the script, updating the things and doing the things separately. Here, from here only, I can change the complete functionality by changing a small password or changing a small value from here, because here value field is there, even though there are multiple things are there here. See, for password 2 also it is there, for password also it is there, for color it is there, for choice list it is there, for time format, if you want to change the time format, that also you can change it, some different value would come. Time zone, true and false is there. Suppose true and false is there, I would use true here if it is needed. Next time they are telling no, you don't want true, you want to make it false. False. Fine, not at all a problem. Now the issue is, or you can tell the functionality of system property is that this system property, what it actually does. This system property is a type of a container in which different values are stored, and when these values are stored, You don't have to do a lot of things, or you don't have to do any scripting. Whatever the value you want to change to enable or to disable some functionality directly into the system somewhere, that you can do it using a system property. Now, there are also two things in this system property that either you can and it is a best practice. ServiceNow recommends this, that don't do anything manually or don't hard code it anything. Whatever you want to do it using a system property. Okay, whatever you want to do it using a system property. What it does is close this one, dot list. Sorry, this properties dot list. So this is some of the out of the box functionalities are there. Okay, these are some of the out of the box functionalities. Let me check what is the property they are telling. Allow a user to view a profile. What property? Glide UI welcome profile. See this one. Welcome profile. Open this one. Type is what? True and false. User profile. Now what is the functionality? Clicking your name in the banner, welcome message, link to your user profile. Okay. Value is true. This means that I can do it. What it actually tells, what is the functionality of this? This one, profile. See, self-service view is there. The system administrator, title is system administrator, email is this. Fine. Click on this, view, default view. If you click on the default view, complete details of yours would come here. Again, I am telling, click on system administrator, profile. Fine. This is the little bit of information it would provide. You would tell that no, I want all the information, whatever I want to see. Click on this hamburger icon, which this is called as an hamburger icon. Click on this view, default view. Everything would come. Whatever the rules you would be having, who you are the part of which group, what is the user ID, password, department, mobile number, business, everything would be shown here. Done. Not at all a problem. Fine. Enable auto processing of a request. Now, auto processing of a request means, any question?
So I understand that the property is nothing but like a global variant in the system. You maintain the value somewhere and it is replicated everywhere. My question is, if I had changed that profile, user profile thing to false instead of true, then you won't be able to see the details from the main screen under my profile.
No, it would not be seen. And even though anything means in the system properties, whatever you do, first of all, it would be only given access. System properties access would be only given to the admin users. Other than admin users, nobody can change anything in this, in the system properties. And if we make it false, you cannot do it. So we have to
Okay.
also take
Hmm.
we have to also take care whenever we create a system property. Whenever we are creating a system property, we have to always check that whether it is really needed or not. system properties. Okay, but remember one thing, the more system property you create, the more dynamic you are creating your system, because everything can be handled using the scripts. Remember one thing, everything can be handled using the scripts in ServiceNow. Even though whatever you have not seen before, everything can be handled in scripts. But to make that particular scripts dynamic, we make system properties. Because these things, if I would tell any admin user, if I would tell any admin user these things, or suppose true and false, yeah, group by type, suppose time zone or choice list is there. Okay, this is used somewhere in some code, it has been used, and these choices are made. For emergency this would show, for alert this would show, for critical this would show. These are the different things which are shown, and this can be made dynamic. but but one more thing I would tell you for an extra knowledge in this is that I have told you system property, this would make dynamic, this would do this and that, this is the functionality. But nowadays people are becoming more advanced in this. They are becoming more advanced in this. They are not using system properties now. Nowadays people avoid using system properties. Why they avoid using system properties? Like, suppose 10 values you are there, 10 values are there. For 10 values you would create separate system properties? That's not possible. That's possible, but why to create 10 system properties? Why you giving unnecessary burden to the system? Because service now tells that whatever is the best solution or optimization, use that only. Don't go for something which gives burden to service now instance. So what people do, people create a script include, that also I would come, that is a type of script is there. In that script they only make choices, they only put dynamic values, and later on they call that script into some other file. It is something like in websites we used to do it, that suppose if you write a code, I would show you, even though I have something or not, that I have to check. See, this is one of the examples is there, which I was making few days before. This is what? This is a style sheet. This is a code which I have written. Fine. href is style.css. Style.css means this is stored somewhere. This style.css, it is stored somewhere. Okay. So this means what? I am not giving burden to this particular code or to this particular file. This is coming from some different file. Style.css is this one. See this code. Style.css. At the end of the day, this is not a system property. You cannot declare this thing as a system property because this is the script you have written. But what you are doing in the new file, you are writing some dynamic values in a form of a script, and then you are calling here. Where it here. So this is one of the ways. Why? Because you have how many? One section, two section, three sections. So this means what? You would create three system properties. Suppose in a file you need 10 or 15 system properties. You can't go for 10 to 15 system properties making. You have to write a script in such a way that it becomes dynamic at one point of time. So that is the usage of a system property and as a script. Nowadays, there are a lot of things which are changing in ServiceNow. As ServiceNow is developing, so developers are also trying to develop their own style of coding and own style of filing the things inside ServiceNow. and that would change gradually with time. Now see, show and hide impersonation button. What is impersonation button here? Nothing called. Here I would tell you. Impersonate user. Suppose I want to see Abraham Lincoln system. I am Kumar, but I want to see the system of Abraham Lincoln. How it actually looks like. What I have to do? I have to use impersonate user. This is the impersonation. Okay, this is the impersonation. Suppose I want to see Beth Angeline. Impersonate user Beth Angeline system. Beth Angeline. I would go here, profile, fine. I am now inside the system of Beth Angeline. View, default view. I am seeing every detail of Beth Angeline here. Beth Angeline, this, location is this, time zone is this. This is the impersonation user, impersonate user. Now if I want to end impersonation, okay, my work is done. I want to end impersonation. I want to end impersonation. Just click on end impersonation, it is done. Now the question is why it is used. You tell that it is a security breach. Correct, you are seeing into the someone's system. This means that you are doing a security breach. First of all, here two things comes. And even though you can enable and disable the using the UI properties, okay, but now the question comes is why the impersonation is used, and the word which I have used right now, that suppose I am becoming right now Abraham Lincoln, and Abraham Lincoln, if I am becoming, I am going into his system and seeing the details, then you tell that then it is a problem, then it is a security breach, that we cannot see anybody's system or anybody's instance. Yes, but majorly we use only for testing purpose. Testing purpose means, now suppose you are an ITIL user, I am an admin user, I have written some code for an ITIL user, then I can see as per the ITIL user. Okay, by impersonating that particular person. If I am an admin user, this means that everything would work for me. I cannot test anything. So for that impersonation is used. Now one more question comes that nobody thinks. Only the developers think about it. Now suppose you know a code would not run after some time. Okay. A code would not run after some time. And you are assured about it that it would not run. But that developer is not getting workaround for that. But he needs to deliver the requirement anyhow. He delivers the requirement. But what he does is that this is a loophole and very less people can catch it. Very less people can catch it. Why? Because what is this? Admin is there. This is admin. Created by whom? Created by admin. Correct. created by admin. This is what? This is some script is there. I have written one script. I am happy this is working. But suppose a developer thinks this would not work for sure, this requirement. This requirement would go out in production or go out in ServiceNow in instances, later instances in UAT or in coming instances. If he thinks in that way, he can achieve that. Suppose my colleague, okay, my colleague is a admin developer. He's also a developer. He's also having an access. What he would do? He would write the same code. He would write exactly the same code. How he would write it? The person who is in having an admin access, he would impersonate this user. After impersonating you user, suppose Beth Angeline is the person. He would impersonate as Beth Angeline. He would create a script. First of all, he would also do this thing, update set. He would go into this script. Whatever the update set would be there, he would create that update set, okay? After going to that update set, he would click on new. After clicking on new, he would write the complete script. He would save in this particular container of a update set. He would save that particular script. The update set is of him or her, the person who has created that update set, who knows already this is the issue which would come for sure. But to escape in this, what he is doing, he is trying to impersonate the same user who is having an admin access, writing a script and saving it in his container. When he saves his container, now what happens? The name would be there for Beth Angeline, not for that particular person. So when investigation would happen, what would be the next step? People would drill down. Auditing people would drill down who was the person who has created. Then they would get to know that the update set was for someone else, but the script was created by Beth Angeline. This means that who's the culprit? Now we have to find it out in that way, that either Beth Angeline has done by mistakenly this thing, or it has been done deliberately. That now they have to find out. So this is one of the use as well as disadvantage of having an impersonation functionality. But you cannot disable this impersonation functionality. Why? Because that is the basic level of testing. You have to do it, and the basic level of testing only comes using impersonation. So I think so you got my point, what I am trying to tell in impersonation. This is one of the ways, means not very frequently people have done it, but yeah, sometimes situations are there, people use these tricks to fool people. So this is one of the trick it was. Now we would come to the list. Now we would come to the next slide, which is the list controls. Configuring list controls, list control form. Example of configuring list controls with scripts and configuring the list UI actions. And remember one thing I forgot to tell you. Suppose if I open this one, okay. If I open this one, give me a minute. So what is this called? This is called as a related list. Okay, these things are called as a related list. Remember one thing, this is called as a related list. Let me close this, go back. This is called as a list view. This is called as a filter. This is for the configuration item. Not configuration item. This is for the configuration of the list view. And these two boxes are called as an slush bucket. And this button you tell means right now I am only telling the technical terms. I am not going inside the technical terms. Only the technical terms I am telling. This new you are clicking. For a layman language, for a layman person, it would be called as only a button. It is not a button. It is called as an UI action. This is called as an UI action. If you click on new, something would perform. These things also you can configure. So this is called as an UI action. Okay. Filter, list view, slush bucket, and there is one more called as an UI action. These things, view clicked accounts, view subscriptions, reset a password. This is a UI action. Save, insert and stay, configure, export, view, history. These are all called as an UI actions. These are also called UI actions. These are UI actions. And this is a UI action. So instead of button or instead of link, you can use this jargon, which is called as an UI action.
Kumar,
Yeah.
do you mind taking some time and then so that everybody can go through a lab exercise, so, so that they can also get some hands-on
Yeah,
on
sure.
all the things that, okay. Is
Yeah.
that
So,
included? Yeah, yeah.
yep. If we have half an hour, and even though if you want to do it, then we can do it right away, whatever we have done till now. So let me write the question also. That would be much more better to write it. And I think so half an hour would be more than enough for this. This is the question. You can start this one.
So, Kumar, this is my first training session that I'm attending. So, how do I log into the ZaranTech ServiceNow training portal?
No, ZaranTech, you cannot log in there, but I would help you to get a PDI. Okay, to get a PDI. PDI means personal development instance, which right now I am showing here, correct? This one.
Yeah, yeah.
Give me a minute. Where it went? This one. This I can help you to log in into this system. So if you
Okay.
want, you can share your screen. By the meantime, others can continue with their task, and if any issues, they can ask me.
Okay, sure. So you will give me access first. You'll send me a link or something.
No, no, I would tell you. I would instruct you how to do it. So on the call
Oh, okay.
immediately, we can.
Yeah, I'll share my screen. One
Yeah.
second. Yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Go to Google.
Okay.
Developer ServiceNow PDI, right? Developer ServiceNow PDI. Already there. Yeah. Click on that first link.
Yeah.
After clicking on that, what we can do, scroll down, little bit scroll down. There is a first point, sign in to ServiceNow developer site. Click on that. It would redirect you to that particular portal, developers.servicenow.com. Here you are. Now go to sign up and start building. Give your first name, last name, give your corporate email ID so that you can verify right now.
Do I need to provide a password too?
Yeah. A verification mail would be gone to you.
Not seeing anything. Maybe I'll wait for some more time.
Or check in spam.
No, at least it'll give me a notification. So there's
Yeah.
no spam folder for me, but
Okay.
oh yeah, there it is. I need a developer-oriented IDE.
It would be developer. Next. Select all the checkboxes, not an issue.
Okay. I don't need other, right?
No, not an issue. That also not needed, means just for, yeah, don't do anything. Scroll down, scroll down. No, little bit up, yeah. There is content available for Tokyo, San Diego, and all this. Now
Mhm.
SZ is click on San Diego. Now click on SZ, request an instance. Start building.
So it shows Tokyo here, the release. Is that
Yeah,
okay?
that is the latest version. But remember one thing, we never use the latest, means the interface is approximately the same. But in companies, we never use Tokyo. It would be always N-1. So it would be San Diego N-1. But San Diego and this one, Tokyo, their interface is exactly the same.
Okay. So nothing came up. It just came up to be a blank page here. Your instance
Open
is ready.
instance. 1 minute.
Oops.
Uh,
Okay.
Copy this username and password
Okay.
and copy paste it somewhere in Notepad, as well as copy this URL, your instance URL, which is shown at the top. Dev, no. Here it is written, your instance is ready. Then your instance URL is dev74132.
Okay. Okay, I saved it.
Yeah. Now open instance. Click on close the window. Click on close dialog, and click on all. Click on all is there, which is, yeah, done. And use the pin, all
Abu,
pin. There is,
Abu,
yeah,
it's almost 12.
Okay.
yeah.
We can drop that.
All right. I think that's it right now for my access.
Yeah, now you are ready to go. Whatever I have told you, you can access everything, tables,
Okay.
configurations, everything.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Kumar. Thanks, Abu.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for attending the session. I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Also, feel free to ask your questions in the comments